with Vincent Freeman and Babs Mills and a whole host of other folks here. We're at 24 Pleasant Street, and we are excited here on this September 1st beautiful fall evening to welcome a band that may be familiar to you, and if they're not, they will be soon. Great quartet here. We've got Jim, Eric, and Ralph, collectively known as Second Wind.
1, 2, 3. Walking was much easier first time around. Someone there to help you on your way. Falling is less painful when you're closer to the ground. Step by step you're steadier each day. Years roll by, seasons spin, days gone in a whirl. No time left to waste on idle talk. Running gets you nowhere, better try to settle down and get to work on learning how to walk. When I was young I did my best to keep up with the crowd. I ran so hard but always fell behind. I tried to stay a step ahead of all my fears and doubts, searching for what I could never find. Years roll by, seasons spin, days gone in a whirl. There's no time left to waste on idle talk. Running gets you nowhere, better try to settle down and get to work on learning how to walk. Told me that I walked like I was trying to get away, running, never watching where I'm going, chasing those tomorrows, missing our todays, always making plans but never knowing. The years roll by, seasons spin, days gone in a whirl. There's no time left to waste on idle talk. Running gets you nowhere, better try to settle down and get to work on learning how to walk. Now that I am older and I see where I have been, I wish that I had eased up on my stride. Hope that there is still time left for me to learn again, with baby steps and you here by my side. Years roll by, seasons spin, days gone in a whirl. There's no time left to waste on idle talk. Running gets you nowhere, better try to settle down and get to work on learning how to walk. Running gets you nowhere, better try to settle down and get to work on learning how to walk. Hey, thank you very much.
That's a song inspired by a friend of mine who observed that I walk too fast. So I've been working on that, getting better every day. See, this next song, Jim observed that it has an Everly Brothers vibe to it.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. So let's see how it goes. It's called As Long As You've Got Your Health.
Ready? As long as you got your health, you can pace the floor and wonder why she's gone. You can think of all the reasons you have to move on. You just might come up with one. As long as you got your health, you can sit in bars and argue with your glass. You can pity all the losers who think love can last. Hiding their heads in the sand, you just feel lonely. Now that she's gone away, you're not the only sorry fool who feels that way. Happens every day. You just feel lonely. Now that she's gone away, you're not the only sorry fool who feels that way. Happens every day. As long as you got your health, you can thank the Lord you still have all your teeth. Millions in this world don't have enough to eat. Ought to feel quite relieved. As long as you got your health, you can get along without her just as well. You just might find another like her who can tell. Think of how easy you fell. As long as you got your health, as long as you got your health, as long as you got your health.
Thank you.
Gary.
So Jim's going to tune up his dobro, so if you folks at home need a bathroom break or need to duck out for a smoke, this would be a good time.
By the way, these most of these songs were written by our bass player Eric here, who's our great songwriter. Couple thrown in of mine, but those first two and this one as well. It's called Last Chance Cafe.
1, 2, 3.
She said she'd give him one more chance when he stumbled home that night. But she must have had a change of heart. She was gone by morning light. He thought he heard her laughing when he woke that afternoon, but he couldn't find a trace of her walking through those empty rooms. Thought they were forever, but that was yesterday. He thought he was so clever, figure out a way. Now time is up, his luck ran out, there's nothing left to say. Mumbling to his coffee cup in the Last Chance Cafe. It started when the work dried up, no money coming in. The pile of bills got fatter, the bank account got thin. Tried her best to reach him, but it all went up in smoke. He holed up in an empty bar with his old pals Jack and Coke. Thought they were forever, but that was yesterday. He thought he was so clever, figured out a way. Now time is up, his luck ran out, nothing left to say. Mumbling to his coffee cup in the Last Chance Cafe. He never ever hit her, he hardly raised his voice. think he might have noticed he didn't leave her any choice. He's picking up the pieces now, been clean for 40 days, and wondering how he lost so much to find another way. Thought they were forever, but that was yesterday. Thought he was so clever, figured out a way. Now time is up, his luck ran out, there's nothing left to say. Mumbling to his coffee cup in the Last Chance Cafe. Mumbling to his coffee cup in the Last Chance Cafe. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, we throw in a few tunes that I wrote, including this next one. I like to say its claim to fame was that it was once considered by Tanya Tucker, but she ended up not deciding to record it. But hey, she considered it.
Her loss.
It's called Headin' for a Heartache. And we're having ourselves a time. Part of me wants to smile, while another part wants to cry. Just to hold you close again is a joy that will never die. But I can't help it, babe, when I feel like I wanna hide. I guess it's 'cause I understand that you've been with another man, that I'm heading for a heartache, heading for a heartache, baby, heading for a heartache once again. There's been too many miles between us and far too many days. I know it's hard, babe, but it had to be that way. And even though we told the truth, sure that it helped us grow. But sometimes I wonder if it's better when you never know, 'cause you know it really hits me deep, and I'm afraid that I just can't keep from heading for a heartache, heading for a heartache, babe, heading for a heartache once again. Guess it's 'cause I understand that you've been with another man, that I'm heading for a heartache, heading for a heartache, babe, heading for a heartache once again. Know our love is stronger now, and we learned our lesson well. Let's try to forget it, babe, 'cause there isn't any more to tell. Staying here together now is the way that we'll make it through. Feeling the way we smile, knowing what that can do. The time will make it pass away and put us in a better day. But right now I'm heading for a heartache, heading for a heartache, babe, heading for a heartache once again. For a heartache once again. For a heartache once again. For a heartache once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I guess we've actually got 2 in a row of my tunes here. It's
The hits keep coming.
not too many. I don't know, you guys think I should tell them the old story on this one? Or?
Oh, go ahead.
There's a good friend and a colorful Randolph character named Bruce Cameron, who years ago when I had ordered a block of marble from Italy, he gave me a ride in his dump truck to pick it up when it came into Boston. And I was pretty thrilled to ever see it again. Once I put it on the ship in Italy, I wasn't certain I would see it. So on the way home, we were decided to buy a bottle of wine and kind of celebrate. And I came up with the title to the song, which the 2 of us later wrote. It's called Closer to Drunk Than Home.
You'll be hearing from Bruce's attorney tomorrow morning, I suspect.
Ready? Go ahead, Eric.
2, 3.
My wife said, honey, how about a little money to buy little Jimmy some shoes? I pulled out my empty pockets and I took off like a rocket. My God, spent it all on booze. And now I'm closer to drunk than to home. Driving this road all alone. My foot's upon the throttle and my hands around the bottle. I'm closer to drunk than home. Well, I talked to my accountant. He said my troubles were a mountain. My life was way overdrawn, with bill collectors calling, yes, and little Jimmy bawling. I hopped into my truck and I was gone. And now I'm closer to drunk than to home. I'm driving this road all alone. My foot's upon the throttle and my hands around the bottle. Closer drunk than home. That'll cure what's been hurting me. That life I wanted bad, it couldn't be. You know I'd rather be home, driving free. I should've known I was in trouble when I started seeing double. The cop said, "You're over the line." I said, "Hey, that's mighty funny. I'd have bet you any money that I was really doing fine. I'm just closer to drunk than to home. Driving this road alone. My foot's upon the throttle and my hands around the bottle. I'm closer to drunk than home. My foot's upon the throttle and my hands around the bottle. I'm closer to drunk than home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So here's a song that Second Wind the Rock Band did for many years. It's based on a Japanese proverb that says, "When a nail sticks up, the hammer comes." And that's the name of this song. It's The Hammer. We're going to do the acoustic.
You might tell them that we used to be a rock band for many years.
That's true. Good point.
And we got back to our acoustic roots.
Ready?
Remember back in high school when you had to dress just right, had to cut your hair up to there, you couldn't wear your pants too tight. And if you raised a ruckus and tried to stand your ground, some no-neck, crew-cut football coach would turn your head around. It's the same all over, every city and every town. When a nail sticks up, you know the hammer's coming down. And now you've got a 9 to 5, 3 kids and an ex who clears his conscience every month with a 2-bit rubber check. You owe 2 months on the phone bill, 3 months on the car, and the light bill means you've got a choice. You can freeze or you can starve. It's the same all over, every city and every town. When a nail sticks up, you know the hammer's coming down. Maybe you're a peasant in some steamy third world land. 6 days a week you haul bananas for your buddy Uncle Sam. And if you'd rather grow some food, keep your family fed, you'll wind up in a ditch someday with a bullet in your head. It's the same all over, every city and every town. When a nail sticks up, you know the hammer's coming down. When a nail sticks up, you know the hammer's coming down. When a nail sticks up,
you.
Very nice. Very nice. Live from the underground here, September 1st. And this is Second Wind. The Hammer. That sounds like it's got a lot of life in that song. The harmonies were great, the energy was great, and the lyrics were fantastic. And I really want to know a little bit more about that song. Based on a Japanese proverb, it felt very, from my limited cultural experience, felt very American as well. I've known some of the characters there. Talk to that song a little bit.
Just about, I suppose, how nonconformity gets punished, right? I guess that's what a song's about, with a hammer coming down. That's, I think, in fact, what do I know? But I think Japanese society is pretty conformist in a lot of respects, and I think nails sticking up tend to get the hammer.
Yeah.
And this song actually was, Jim mentioned that Second Wind was a rock band for, 25 years, something like that. And it's a good headbanger. We rocked it out.
And a relatively new song too, though. That's not from your repertoire from the past, right?
Oh, yeah, no, that song is probably 30 years old, I guess.
Oh, it is
yeah,
older.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
okay.
we sort of recast it in an acoustic format in the last few years. Yeah.
Yep, that's fantastic. So let's talk about that. You were a rock band. You've been around you're pretty new, 35 years or so on the scene, right?
Yeah.
I understand your drummer over there is he's a new guy. He's only been with you 25
just
years,
barely
something like that.
Just
Is that
barely
right?
joined.
Right behind the ears, as I said.
Yeah. Be careful with him. He looks tender.
Young whippersnappers.
So you started as a rock band here in Vermont, and
Yep.
right?
Here in
Tell me a
Randolph.
little bit about that.
Randolph.
We're all right from the area right here.
Well, there is a little story there. Our very first paid gig was at a restaurant that used to be known as Annabelle's, and the Herald nicely advertised it, but made the mistake of calling us Second Wife instead of Second Wind.
Just more fake news, folks.
Right, misinformation from way back when. Wow, that's yeah.
And it should be noted that was an acoustic trio. That was before the rock and roll days.
Right,
So we kind
You
of
three.
come full circle.
right.
In fact, when we came back to the acoustic group, we decided to try being Second Wife,
Yeah,
but it was short-lived. We ended up going back to Second Wind.
Well, there's a whole different energy to Second Wife, right? I mean, did you ever question the editorial staff at the Herald about maybe they were trying to go after some selling papers, a Second Wife, and Annabelle's, of course.
There was an editorial in the Herald about this very controversy over the name of the band.
Right. Maybe we should bring that back. And so you went from rock. You went from a folk trio
Yep.
to harder rock and roll.
Yep.
And have you always done a lot of originals as well? This first set that you played seemed to be all originals, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Eric, there's a few that from the rock days that we don't do anymore. Eric's written some really good stuff over the years. He really has. There's a couple that I'm talking about. We haven't tried in this format yet, but yeah.
But we did.
We've always tried to incorporate originals tunes and.
In fact, we recently recorded
Yep.
3 of them.
Right here.
That last one.
Right here at the
Hammer,
underground. Yeah.
and the next 2 that we'll end up playing, we recorded down in the underground here with Vincent, and we were fortunate to have an old friend, Bobby Gosh, who's an excellent pianist and songwriter. He joined us and recorded with piano and synthesized strings, which we're eagerly awaiting Vinny's final mix on. We don't have it yet, but looking forward to that.
No pressure.
Fantastic.
No pressure, Vinny.
No pressure, Vincent. And we're talking about Vincent Freeman, the owner here of the Underground. Now, two main writers. You also write too, Jim, right? A little bit?
A little
Not as
bit,
much?
not much.
And to
Well, you wrote the music.
Yeah, I came up with the chords to Road Back to You, the one that Bob's on.
Yeah.
And it was just an exercise, practicing a descending bass line. Actually, the way it went is Ralph walks in, that sounds kind of nice. And so I recorded it, and I started hearing this melody in my head. I have a lot of crap in my head. And I started hearing this melody, so I recorded the guitar part, and then I hummed the melody. And the marvels of today's technology, I zapped it off to Eric, and 2 days later he walks in with these amazing lyrics.
And what song was that again?
Road Back to You. This is the one that Bob Gosh
Right.
helped start with.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that it happened pretty organically. And is that typically how your own writing goes in general? Is it usually?
Well, actually, that was the first collaboration.
That's the first
Jim and I have
one.
been playing together for almost 40 years, and that was the first time we sort of put a song together.
Yeah.
But it came out pretty
An
well. I think.
excellent job, if I do have to say.
Yeah, a whole new life to the process, I guess. And you had said, Jim, that you had a song that was optioned sort of by Tanya Tucker also?
Yeah, I don't know about optioned, but at
but-
least she considered it and briefly was thinking about it.
How did you meet her or get into that
I didn't
circle?
meet her. We had recorded it. This was back years ago in Boston. I played with another friend named Eric, and we had a friend who had a recording studio similar to this, and he's the one who got the song to her. I only heard about it.
Nice. Well, that the lyrics and the what's that, Ralph?
Is it fame nearly averted?
A famed what?
Nearly averted.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that could have ruined the whole thing, right? You guys would have been on the road and having to, probably be the opening band for Tanya Tucker, all that. That would have been just terrible, awful, I'm sure. Well, it's great to have you here. We're really enjoying your set. The lyrics are great. I'm a lyrics guy, so I do want to linger or go back to the Hammer and ask if this is the first professional recording of that song, or has it been on your albums previously?
No, yeah, actually, we recorded the rock band recorded that song at another studio, and it came out pretty well. I think in some ways, well, I don't know, I like both versions, but the rock version came out very well. But that was years ago that we recorded that when we were a rock band, and I personally, I actually slightly favor the acoustic version that we just recorded here at the Underground Studio, and that we just performed.
Why is that? Is it a little bit more raw, a little more close to the bone, or?
Good question. I like Jim's dobro a lot on it. I think that adds a lot.
It sure does. I really, you seem to light up. You played dobro for 3 tunes here, maybe, and that on that one, your harmonies in the dobro, I felt were really strong.
Well, thank you. When I started messing around with that on the dobro, I kept hearing it as a primitive blues tune, with that dry, and we just started dubbing around with it. It didn't get traction right off the bat, and then we started to find a groove. This is kind of cool. And when we recorded it, right here at the Underground Studio, we incorporated electric guitar too, which I don't know, I may have cornered myself into a situation where I'm going to have to learn how to loop that on my dobro and play the electric. But the electric adds a nice grit element to it that I think people will like once they hear it. Again, we're waiting for the mix.
Again, no pressure, Vincent.
Hint.
No pressure, baby.
But that's really neat. Leonard Cohen talks about, I guess the story about Hallelujah is that it took some amazingly long time to
10
write.
years.
Right?
He wrote
Yeah, that's
150 verses to that song.
Right. Yeah, and there's some rumor about Bob Dylan having asked, that took you a couple of years, right? And Leonard said,
There was a
10.
what was that? That was Malcolm Gladwell's
podcast.
revisionist history. That's what it was.
Right.
He was talking about how Dylan took 5 minutes to write one of his songs, and Leonard Cohen took 10 years to write Hallelujah.
Right, a real brooder. Well, that's kind of the feeling with the Hammer. It really feels like I that was my immediate visceral reaction, was that, well, it sounded like there were only 3 actual verses, and I like words, so I want to hear more. And boy, you want to light up, I feel like, with and you are, and it just seems like one of those songs that could really keep growing. So.
Well, let's
So,
hope that it
thank
does.
you for that.
I think that people will like the recorded version of it. I really do.
Right
So,
on.
This next one, which is the collaboration between Eric and Jim, is the one I think has the
yeah.
most
Me too.
potential to go on beyond us.
Great,
perhaps.
and this is one that you recorded here at the Underground as well, and you were privileged to have
Gosh.
Bobby Gosh
Yeah.
to play piano on it. And the name of it is?
The Road Back to You.
Great, thank you so much. Second Wind, live from the Underground. Can't wait to hear it.
Standing by the highway, somewhere outside of town, trying to get my bearings. I take a look around. Nothing looks familiar, a world I've never seen, a landscape floating by me like a place inside a dream. I must have made a wrong turn somewhere down the road. Now I'm trying to find a sign to lead me home. Staring at my weary feet and wondering what to do, trying to find that road back to you. In another lifetime, we were walking side by side. I knew where we were going. With you there's my guide. I don't know what it was that made me take off on my own. I guess I thought I needed to find my way alone. I must have made a wrong turn somewhere down the road. Now I'm trying to find a sign to lead me home. Staring at my weary feet and wondering what to do, trying to find that road back to you. She wanted me to slow down, I was running much too fast. I needed some direction, but was too damn proud to ask. I see it wasn't just you, but me I left behind. As I wander down these lonely roads, it's us I'm trying to find. I must have made a wrong turn somewhere down the road. Now I'm trying to find a sign to lead me home. Staring at my weary feet, wondering what to do, I'm trying to find that road back to you. Shadows fill the empty streets as night begins to fall. The street lights flicker hopefully, but say nothing at all. I'm looking for someone to show me which way I should go. If only you were here to tell me what I need to know. I must have made a wrong turn
staring at my weary feet and wondering what to do. I'm trying to find that road back to you. Staring at my weary feet and wondering what to do. I'm trying to find that road back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was the second of 3 songs that we recorded here at the Underground. This next one is another one of Eric's.
It's one that some of the songs I write just emerge from imagining some person, and in this case, some poor schmo sweeps out of Walmart from like 6 to midnight, and he gets out, and all he wants to do is go home and play his guitar, and that's his that's his only ambition in life, and it makes him happy, and that's that. Sort of like the Last Chance Cafe song we did earlier, where I saw a guy in a cafe sort of mumbling to his coffee cup, and that's sort of inspired the image of the guy in the song. But this one is the guy. In fact, it's called "Pick on My Guitar," which I really don't like the title very much. I'd rather prefer to think of this as the Walmart song.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I've been working at this Walmart for half a dozen years. Ain't much of a living, but it buys my smokes and beers. Get off work at midnight and time to hit the bar. And all I really want to do is pick on my guitar.
I used to travel far and wide to try and make my mark, searching for a spotlight, stumbling in the dark. I don't need lots of money, it never got me far. Happy just to be alive and pick on my guitar. Well, I used to work the circuit on stage most every night. Played for drunks in search of lovers, spoiling for a fight. Got up in the morning and out at dawn. Never gave a lot of thought to what was going on. I used to travel far and wide to try and make my mark, searching for the spotlight, stumbling in the dark. I don't need lots of money, it never got me far. I'm happy just to be alive and pick on my guitar. Once I knew a lady who liked the way I played. We had some fun, but she could tell I wasn't gonna stay. I always was a stranger as I went from town to town. My old guitar, the only friend who never let me down. The road got pretty lonely, the long nights wore me out. Each day it got harder to sing away my doubts. I find new dreams to chase someday, but I don't know what they are. Now I'm happy just to sit and pick on my guitar. I used to travel far and wide, trying to make my mark, searching for a spotlight, stumbling in the dark. I don't need lots of money, it never got me far. Happy just to be alive and pick on my guitar. Happy just to be alive and pick on my guitar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, well, we're really happy for the folks who showed up here tonight. Sure, the people at home can hear the raucous crowd that's here.
We're doing a shower.
We do occasionally do some cover tunes, including this next one, which is a James Taylor tune. Sorry, here, just trying to do something that's not.
Dead air time.
So,
They said to say something when it was quiet. Dead air time.
I know radio, you
Here
can't
we
have
go.
that airtime.
So, if you dressed up like a cowboy,
No.
does it mean it's your ranch dressing?
That was a joke, folks.
That was a joke on WCVR this morning by Aaron Gauthier.
Give him all the credit, right?
All right, ready?
1 second. Okay.
1, 2.
You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it begin to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel. Always get in the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Are gonna be much better if you only will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, here's yet another cover tune. For some reason, I can never remember
Lyle
Lyle
Lovett.
Lovett's name. He
It's
wrote
Lyle
this
Lovett.
one.
I just want to tell folks out there in Radio Land that this is a wonderful thing going on down here at the Underground, and people should attend it. It's a nice thing to be able to have a listening room where an emphasis on original material and all kinds of things like that. It's not a bar room, and it's a very nice sounding room here, and people should come on out and check it out.
I second that. If I had a boat, go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean, set me upon my pony, on my boat. If I were Roy Rogers, I'd sure enough be single. I couldn't get myself to marry an old Dale. It'd just be me and Trigger. We go riding through them movies, and we'd buy a boat and on the sea we'd sail. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean, set me upon my pony, on my boat. The mystery masked man was smart. He got himself a Tonto, 'cause Tonto did the dirty work for free. Tonto, he was smarter, and one day said, Kemosabe, kiss my ass, I bought a boat, I'm going out to sea. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean, set me upon my pony, on my boat. If I were like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. I'd come and go whenever I would please. And I'd scare 'em by the shade tree, scare 'em by the light pole, but I would not scare my pony on my boat out on the sea. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean, set me upon my pony, on my boat. Me upon my pony, on my boat. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo. Live from the Underground, Second Wind. If I had a boat, little Lyle Lovett there. Very nice. My favorite line on that It's when Tonto really says what he needed to say.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What a mind to come up with that idea, I think, for a song. I think it's
Right on.
pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So Lyle Lovett, that's an old Lovett tune. That's got to be 25 years old, right?
Oh, yeah.
At least.
First song I ever heard of his, and always loved it.
Yeah, what a wonderful song. We're here with Second Wind. I think I said that, but I want to say it again because it's a privilege to have you guys here on the stage here at the Underground. Local band, but great sound, great harmonies, and great writing on your originals too. But I want to go back to that for a second and just say, how do you pick which tunes that you cover? Where do you draw the line?
It's got to sound good.
Yeah, we have to like them for starters.
You gotta like them. Yep.
I mean, it took a long time to kind of realize this, going way back, that there's no sense in trying to do material that, if it's popular or whatever, if it doesn't fit us. And we kind of finally got in line with that. And at the time, we were all, and still very much, into John Hyatt. And we started doing quite a bit of John Hyatt, and Jesus, we do John Hyatt pretty good. And so,
And as you're about to hear, Jim Sardonis has a beautiful voice for doing James Taylor material. And
Right,
he's one
right.
of our
Which was the
favorites.
song you did right preceding?
People, yeah.
Shower the People, which is a beautiful song. I haven't heard that in forever. How did you happen to select that tune? I haven't heard that for a long time, and I was really glad to
It's
hear it
just
again.
another James Taylor tune that's suited to his voice. That's he could do anything.
And the concept as well, I think, is
Oh, yeah.
good. You can't
The message is
beat
good.
love, you know.
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
all about that.
yeah. Absolutely. That's a tune that's not that played for Taylor's repertoire as much as some of the others, you know. And it is the universal message. You know, shower the people you love with love, which is, yeah, it's an
Something
easy
we need
one to
now more
get.
than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of that, you got a big event coming up, right?
Yeah, we're doing on September 30th, we're going to be upstairs at the Chandler Gallery doing a benefit for Ukraine. We're hoping it'll be an interesting night. We're going to do a first acoustic set of material from our album that we put out a couple of years ago. And then we're going to revert to our headbanging rock and roll ways.
Nice.
And bring out Ed Burgess, plays great guitar, and Bob Sparadeo is a wonderful drummer, and we're going to do 2 sets of dance music and shake the floor a little bit there.
Esther Mash Room, the upstairs in the Chandler Center for the Arts
That'll
here in
be
Randolph.
September 30th, 7 to 10.
Right on. I have to. You're going to be September 30th, and I got to wrap up because we are 7:59. Thank you so much, Second Wind. We really appreciate your set, and we're gonna. If you're not down here already, please come down. September 1st. It's only going to last another 4 hours, and these guys are going to play for at least 45 minutes of that. So thank you guys, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right now.
We're going to end out this last segment here with some more music. This one, Jim, why don't you talk about this one? This is yours.
Well, just wrote it many years ago when my wife and I were just sweethearts early on. It's called Holding On. Feel tomorrow is the way I'm feeling right now, and all I gotta do to make that happen is to hold on to what I found.
feel you holding on to me. That's all